development of heart, that is the formation of heart tube. Now heart tube develops from the angioblastic cell, that is a mesodermal origin. So the two angioblastic cells forming together forming the heart tube. These are the two heart tubes which are formed on the two sides of the developing vertical column. Then these are the heart tubes which are invaginated forming some spaces. This part is a proximal, that is a bulbous bodies, primitive ventricle, primitive atrium and sinus venosus. Okay. Now these parts, these two heart tube, because of the lateral folding, this will forming a single heart tube. So from the two sides, two heart tubes will conglomerate unite to form a single heart tube. So altogether they are forming the bulbous bodies, primitive ventricle, primitive atrium and the two sinus venosus. Ultimately this will forming the bulbous bodies, common ventricle, common atrium and the sinus venosus. They will be together forming the body of the sinus venosus and the right and the left horn of the sinus venosus. So this will ultimately enlarge in size forming these figures. Let us see the bulbous bodies now is divided into proximal 1/3, distal 1/3 and middle 1/3. The distal 1/3 that is forming the truncus arteriosus and it is continuous with the dorsal and the ventral aorta. So this is called the distal 1/3, that is called the truncus arteriosus. The middle 1/3 that is forming the conus aorticus and this is the proximal 1/3 that will be incorporated into the common ventricular chamber. This is a common atrial chamber, there is intervening through opening. This is called atrioventricular canal and the common atrium is continuous with the body of the sinus venosus by the sinoatrial opening. These are the two horns. This is the venous end of the heart tube. This is the arterial end of the heart tube. So venous end we will see these are the two horns of the sinus venosus and three veins on each side coming to drain into these two horns of the sinus venosus. From the developing body wall, anterior body wall, anterior cardinal vein. Cardinal means body wall. So it is called anterior cardinal vein. From posterior body wall it is called posterior cardinal vein. They will be united together called common cardinal vein and then into the right horn. Similarly on the left side, anterior cardinal vein, posterior cardinal vein unite to form the left common cardinal vein. Then from the developing placenta, the oxygenated blood is carried via this vein. This is called the right umbilical vein. So from the right side is the right umbilical vein, from the left side is the left umbilical vein. And from the yolk sac, which will ultimately going to develop the gut tube, from the developing gut tube, the two veins that comes to drain into the sinus venosus respective two horns, these are called vitelline veins. So the veins from the yolk sac, which is in future forming the gut tube, that will be drained to the sinus venosus at the right vitelline vein and the left vitelline vein. So these are the derivative of the venous end of the heart tube. These are the derivative of the arterial end of the heart tube. Okay. Now while we going through the development of heart, we come to three common things which is very difficult to understand. One is cardiogenic area, which we already demarcated. It is the area that is intervened between septum transversarium and the procaudal plate. And after head folding, it comes in front of the procaudal plate. So that is the cardiogenic area. That area is dignified for the development of the heart tube. What is myoepicardial membrane? The splanchnoid mesoderm of the intraepithelial mesoderm layer that is covering the pericardial cavity, which will be specialized to become the myoepicardial mantle forming the myocardium and epicardium of the heart, which I talked in the last class. And there is one thing called cardiac jelly. What is cardiac jelly? It is the acellular gelatinous substance which is secreted by the myocardium intervening between the heart tube and the myocardium, because the heart tube will develop from the endocardium of the heart and myocardium and the epicardium are developed from the myoepicardial mantle. So there must be a jelly-like substance which is called cardiac jelly. Ultimately it will be incorporated into the myocardium, which will help for the formation of endocardial cushions and the skeletal of the heart that is formed by the different septors of the heart. We will see in after classes. So this is the three terminology which is very important, and in this respect let me tell you, we have already talked about the neural crest cell. The neural crest cell from the hind brain will migrate along with the pharyngeal arches 3, 4 and 6, and they are incorporated in the developing heart, and they will go and give rise to the formation of two septums mainly, which is very important. That is the truncus arteriosus, that is the truncal septum, continuous with the conas aorticus called conotruncal septum. That is very important part of the development of heart. So that is derived from the neural crest cell. So neural crest cell also playing a part in the development of the septal development, and the cardiac jelly which also plays a part in the development of the skeleton of the heart. Okay.